Good evening and welcome to the first part of my tutorial series about creating procedural generated MIDI tracks. So in this series we are creating a Python script which can create MIDI files, and I will also show you how to convert MIDI files into MP3, MP4 wave, no, not MP4, MP4 are videos, but wave files and anything like this. So we are starting with a really simple script which will just create a track with 20 notes. And first of all, what you need is Python, of course, and you should know some Python basics and how to install Pycharm or any other IDE. There are awesome videos you can find on YouTube. Maybe I will link some in the description. Anyway, so let's start with the tutorial. And first of all, if you are using any other IDE than Pycharm, some of the steps may be different, but all in all, I guess most steps are identical. So we already created a new project. We are deleting the content of the main file, and yeah, at first we import random because we want randomly generated tracks. Next we import the mid-util library, or not exactly mid-util, but from mid-util we import MIDI file. So first we have to install mid-util. With Pycharm this is really simple. We have just to get the cursor on the package. Yeah, I guess I wrote MIDI file wrong. Yeah, back to it. If we place our cursor on the package, there will be the option to just install it. Otherwise you can use pip install. So after we imported the MIDI file, first we will create a MIDI file object. We call it mf equals MIDI file, and MIDI file needs one argument, which is an integer. We use 1. Why we use 1 is more of a thing we should discuss in further videos, but not in our first video, because yeah, we just want one track, one channel, one kind of notes, or not one kind of notes, but not so many different notes. The script should be really simple, and yeah, we keep to the most important things, like we use some we need to declare some variables like track, which is 0. It is 0. It's also a topic for other videos and other tutorials. So in the next part of the tutorial, maybe we will use another track or other notes, but for this occasion we will use track number 0. It is still a track, it just has a number 0, like the channel. Same goes for channel. Time is another value we need. It's also 0. And duration equals 1. I will explain it in a few seconds. Volume is 100. What do we need? Tempo is also 100. And notes, the notes we are using, by the way, we are writing them in a list. If the code gets more complex, you can use a dictionary for the notes, but yeah, this is a very simple version. So track and channel I already explained a little bit, and time is when the track will start the file. It will start at the time 0, because otherwise there would be 10 seconds of quietness. We don't want 10 seconds of quietness. Duration is the time of one note, one beat. We can have 2 beats, 4 beats, 1.5 beats. It's a float or double, I guess. But we use 1 beat. tempo is beats per minute. It's the tempo of the track. Volume is, yeah, the volume of the track, obviously. So after we have our variables, next we need the function of our object, which is called addTempo. And yeah, with this function we add the tempo to the object. So this function needs, let me have a look, 3 arguments: track, which is track, then time and tempo. Time, tempo. So after adding the tempo, we want to add our first node. We use add node, and then let me have a look what we need. We need track, channel, pitch. First track, channel. So pitch, what is pitch? Pitch is just simply the node. And we already declared a list with 3 different nodes, and we want a randomly generated track, so we use random point choice of nodes. Okay, now after the random node, we want to add the time and duration. Time, duration, and volume. As you can obviously hear, English is not my native language, and I use these tutorials as a chance for myself, for example, to improve my English skills. So I hope you are not too hard on me for that aspect. Yeah, add a node. So the track shouldn't consist of only one node. We want a track, so we use a for loop for e in range for node in range 20 nodes. No, not this one. We want to add 20 nodes. So after that, after adding the nodes, last but not least, we have to save our MIDI file, and we do this with open output.mid and wb as output. Then we have to use our object and use the function writeFile output. That should be it. We run our script, and there we have our output file. One second, I will try to play it. Yeah. As you can see, we obviously forgot something. Our parameter time is 0, so each time a node is added, it is added on the exact time. We don't want this. We want multiple times, so we add time adds 1. We start the script again, copy the output file in a folder, and oops, that's not as planned. Again. As you can see, we created a perfection of a song. Not really, but yeah. On the next videos I will try to improve the script. I already created a better script, but I can't show it. I mean, real programmers would kill me if they would see my code, so I will start a new one which I can show in public. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a comment what I should add on the next video. And I wish you a great evening, great night, great dinner, whatever time it is and what is coming next. Have a nice day. I will need some sleep now. Goodbye.